We're interrupting our regular programming for live breaking news at this hour as the Park Fire continues to threaten communities in the North State. Humboldt County Judge Gregory Christ responded to new allegations brought against him.
Es fácil. Encuentra un barril rojo como está aquí en una tienda cerca de usted. Luego compra comida para donar.
This burn scar of the Park Fire right in one of the spots where it jumped the 36 just a few days ago. Now, when we pulled into the spot around 4 o'clock this afternoon, there was smoke billowing out of this mountain behind us. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Arianna Martinez, your evening anchor. It is Stuff the Bus time, and I'm with Mary McCurdy with the Community Alliance Network, who actually just stuffed a whole nother bus on their own. Chico State students returned to campus Monday, although their professors might not be holding class. A woman who moved to Shasta County recently had her whole world turned upside down. A San Francisco woman is suing a prebiotic soda brand Poppy. Good evening, I'm Arianna Martinez. We're going to dive right into the wildfire updates tonight. Two of the biggest fires burning right now, the Upper Fire in Trinity County and the Head Fire in Siskiyou County. Brian, you know I always talk about mowing my lawn. You know, if anyone watches the show, they know this story.
Doesn't look good right now.
Time. And that's what I was about to say. All this, the heat mixed with, you know, the sprinklers turning back on.
Yeah.
It's like a jungle. I need to mow my lawn. The tragic fires we've experienced in the North State, many companies are pivoting to be more fire safe. A Reading company is using newer technology to help save homes in a fire while also tackling other hurdles the construction industry is facing.
Being in business for over 30 years in construction, we've gone through highs and lows. If interest rates go up, construction suffers. If there are supply chain shortages, construction suffers. And so the trick is constantly evaluate and reevaluate what you're doing and how you're doing it and make adjustments as you see the market changing out from under you.
Making adjustments is exactly what Donna Jamian Construction is doing.
What is more fire safe than a concrete home?
After the car fire, Donna Jamian was a part of the long-term recovery group of Shasta County. This is where he met a man who introduced him to the idea of 3D printing a home.
And although I thought it was science fiction, although I thought there's no way that could ever work in California, I was intrigued enough to dig into it.
Jamian credits Reading City leaders for being the first in the state to approve this concept. Others are now following in their footsteps.
We are the first ones to do it in the entire state of California. We're the first ones to get a 3D printed home approved through the California Building Code and even completed with final inspections, certificates of occupancy, and people living in them.
At the moment, Jamian says, it is still about the same price to build a 3D printed home as it is to build a traditional home.
We're getting better, we're getting more efficient, the equipment is getting better and more efficient, and the costs will only come down as time goes on. On the bidders table, we should save around 20%. We're just not there yet.
Jamian says 3D printing homes will also tackle a future hurdle.
For every 5 of me that's aging out of the trades, there's only 1 young person coming in.
Donna Jamian Construction is now linked to a second business called Emergent Technology.
We can now take all the challenges that we face in construction, feed that data to Emergent Technology. Hopefully we solve that problem, feed it back to construction to not only make it more profitable, but capture that intellectual property to help the industry grow.
Bringing money into the North State from the company Cobot out of Denmark.
Emergent Technology has attracted investment from the world leader in this technology.
Thank you for joining us as we dive into Park Fire coverage on the North States News at 5:30. I'm Arianna Martinez. The Park Fire has burned more acreage in 3 days than all of the other fires in the state combined this year. We have team coverage tonight out in the field. We have Max Tedford in Paynes Creek area, as well as Sophia Barinsma near the Coleman Fish Hatchery. Right now, the Park Fire has burned more than 350,000 acres as it continues to expand. Resources are stretched thin as the blaze continues to burn out of control across Tehama as well as Butte counties, burning about 5,000 acres per hour, according to CAL FIRE, which for perspective is about 8 square miles an hour. This is forcing evacuations as far north as Shingletown as it continues to spread north, making its way towards the Manton area. Of the more than 350,000 acres burned, more than 250,000 of those have been throughout Tehama County. The North States News' Max Tedford joins us live from the front lines in Paynes Creek, where the firefight has been intense all day. Max, what is it like out there? Thank you, Max. This leads us to our fire weather coverage with First Alert meteorologist Brian Schofield. Brian, what is the weather feeling like for those on the front lines this afternoon? Thank you, Brian. Here's a look at satellite imagery of the park fire from the University of Colorado. The fire is growing at a rapid rate of speed, prompting an aggressive firefight for the thousands of personnel out there on the front lines. Our thoughts are with them as they work to control the blaze with the goal of protecting life as well as property. Now, thousands of people across the North State are either in some type of evacuation order or warning. Now, we're going to take a look at the Tehama County evacuation map. This is on Genesis Protect. Now, if we zoom in a little bit right here in the bottom of this Tehama County area, you can see that most of these warnings in yellow are up against the 99 for the most part. This orange road that you see on your screen right there is the 99. It separates a little bit once you go a little bit more north. Let's zoom out slightly right there. And the red areas are evacuation orders, which means do not be in this area. The yellow is evacuation warnings, meaning be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. Get those medicine bags ready, your clothes, the dog food, all of that stuff in a place where you can grab it and go if it is necessary to leave at a moment's notice. Now, if we move up north more towards the Shasta-Tehama County line, you can see this is where you can see more evacuation orders as well as warnings. Now, if we zoom into this yellow line, this is the Shasta-Tehama County border line. And when we zoom out slightly, all of the red, again, are those orders, and everything below what seems to be the 44 is in an order, and everything above the 44 in yellow seems to be a warning at this moment. Now, this is changing, although this map has not changed since this morning, but we will continue to keep you updated. Let's take a look now at the Butte County evacuation map. This also has been unchanged since this morning. It's the same for these areas. Areas in red are evacuation orders. Areas in yellow are evacuation warnings. We'll zoom in ever so slightly right there. And this is including the entire town of Paradise, where people continue to recover to this day from the devastation of the 2018 Camp Fire. In Butte County, an evacuation center has opened up at Neighborhood Church on Notre Dame Boulevard in Chico. Small animals being taken in at 2279 Del Oro Avenue in Orville. Large animals can be brought to the Camelot Equestrian Park in Orville. In Tehama County, the Los Molinos Veterans Hall is taking in evacuees. Large animals are being accepted at Ridgeway Park, as well as the Corning Rodeo Grounds. These are self-serve, meaning feed as well as the setup needs to be provided. Small animals at 22005 Gilmore Ranch Road in Red Bluff. There's also been an evacuation resource center. This is set up at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Red Bluff. Now, in Shasta County, an evacuation center has been established at Bella Vista Elementary School. Then small animals can be taken to the Haven Humane Society. Shingletown has often been referred to as a potential paradise. Evacuation orders as well as warnings have people there keeping a close eye on the park fire. The North States News' Mike Minguez stopped by the Shingletown store today to speak with residents. Thank you, Mike Minguez. We have links to all of this information up on our website, krcrtv.com. You can also find a way to know your zone in both English as well as Spanish there as well. For all of the latest breaking fire news, download the free KRCR News Channel 7 mobile app. Don't forget to turn on those push notifications to get alerts on the latest on the park fire evacuations. We publish those push notifications as soon as they are released by emergency services. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.